Denver County, let's ride. Denver County, let's ride. Yo, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Remember, subscribe is the vibe. You boys on the road to 20K. Humbly. The end of a reign has begun, ladies and gentlemen. The Russell Wilson era in Denver is over. My man is off this, collected a hefty bag after Denver done. God, bro, I think they committed like the Cardinals sin, bro. They gave up a lot for Russell, but unfortunately it didn't work out. First year was kind of abysmal. Second year, you guys bring in Sean Payton, and we kind of already knew you guys were going to get rid of Russ because Sean Payton and Russ, there's a lot of Carlton Banks going on when it comes to Russ's energy, and it just doesn't fit well with Sean Payton. So we saw this eventually happening, bro. But this is arguably the new worst trade in NFL history. Denver County, let's ride. Let's ride.
The Broncos have informed Russell Wilson that he will be released after the start of the new league year. Wilson, $39 million guaranteed for the 24 season. He's got 3 years remaining on his deal.
I don't even know how to open this video because this is one of the most inept decisions in NFL history. I mean, this is right up there with trading up multiple first-round picks for RG3, but in RG3's case, he got injured. He may have been good if he didn't get injured. This is up there with trading multiple first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. This is one of the worst decisions in NFL history, and the thing is, it's about to get way worse for the Denver Broncos at least, and really, really good for teams that are in the market for a QB. So before we get to the content, make sure
way worse for Denver
and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow.
Yikes!
Get all that out of the way. Work.
Them boys is swallowing $85 million in dead cap money to get rid of Russ, bro. Just saying, 85 mil. Didn't even get a Super Bowl. Didn't even get a playoff appearance.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The problem I have with this entire Russell Wilson Denver Broncos situation is the fact that Sean Payton quite literally made it seem like he had to point the blame finger for the Broncos' failures at somebody.
It looks like Russ is taking the brunt of the blame.
Well, I get that, and yet I can't replace the entire offensive line. I can't bring in 5 new receivers, and if it continues over a period of time, then there'll be another guy here talking to you as well.
Which means that Sean Payton was trying to make this decision seem like it was based on Russell Wilson's play, which on paper improved. Now, guys, I understand what Denver Bronco fans are going to say.
Mike, you can't go based off of Russell Wilson's statistics. They don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't have a choice but to stick to Russell Wilson when you quite literally signed him to a 5-year contract extension that starts from this very year. And the thing is, the Denver Broncos aren't being honest with their fan base in regards to the real reason they want to cut Russell.
I didn't know the contract extension started now. This year?
Wilson, which is apparently due to his injury clause.
And so we beat Green Bay, Kansas City. We beat them. And as you mentioned earlier, that's when I got that call, and I was like, I'm confused what's going on. And I didn't believe it at first. I was like, this can't be real. And I got that call that, hey, we're going to bench you for the next 9 games if you don't change your injury guarantees.
And the reason why I think this is such an inept decision by any organization is the moment you cut Russell Wilson, you incur $85 million in dead cap hits, which means there is no chance for any rookie quarterback to succeed with the dead cap hit that Russell Wilson incurs. I mean, at least hold on to him for 1 more year. At least his dead cap would be almost half of what it's going to be now. But let me backtrack for a little bit. The Denver Broncos have been flip-flopping about Russell Wilson's future over the past couple of months after they decided to bench him at the end of the season. And the craziest part is what the Denver Broncos gave up to get Russell Wilson to begin with. The Seattle Seahawks got Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, Charles Cross, Boye Mafe, Tyreek Smith, Devin Witherspoon, and Derek Hall for Russell Wilson, who went to the Denver Broncos and then signed him to a 5-year, $262.5 million contract extension with 2 years left on his contract, which is a brilliant decision if you're confident that Russell Wilson is going to be the guy moving forward. Because when you take a look at Russell Wilson's contract compared to the highest paid QBs in the NFL, you got Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow, all making more money than Russell Wilson's contract that's about to kick in this year. And then on top of that, you have Dak Prescott and Tua Tagovailoa that are all up for contract extensions this year. Then you also have Kirk Cousins, who is supposed to get a big contract as well. When it's all said and done, Russell Wilson is going to be playing on a below market contract for a QB for the duration of his time in Denver. All Denver needs to do is truly believe that he could return to form if you put the right pieces around him. And it seems like they did that when they decided to trade additional draft capital for Sean Payton. But it seems like
Stop it. That roster was still basic.
Even Russell Wilson either. And I believe,
like, you see the blunt force of the blame that Russell gets for Denver's debacle, bro. It's not like these guys were out here making the playoffs anyway. Like, your future would have been Drew Lock. Y'all future would have been Drew Lock. Russell's numbers actually got better. Like, it was on par with Patrick Mahomes at some point. Like throughout the first 16 weeks, their numbers were really similar. To get rid of your quarterback with no future in mind, I got to see if they got the first-round picks for this year. I don't even think they got first-round picks this year.
On from him. And it's official. We were speculating that the Denver Broncos were going to release Russell Wilson, and today they officially released Russell Wilson. According to Ian Rappaport, the Denver Broncos have informed Russell Wilson that he is being released. He becomes a fascinating option.
Y'all don't even get nothing for him.
QB. I made a video on how Russell Wilson could quite literally win a Super Bowl because of this situation. Not because of how good he is, but because he is getting paid so well by the Denver Broncos that he can take a veteran minimum contract at the quarterback position, and that team can invest that salary cap space in other star players to build a super team. There's never been a point in NFL history where an above average quarterback, which I believe Russell Wilson
New England
is above average, was getting paid $1.3
I'll take Russ.
And that's the situation here. The Broncos will incur a dead cap hit of $85 million by releasing Wilson in 2024, which is double the previous record for a dead cap hit, the $4.525 million the Colts sustained for cutting Matt Ryan in 2023. In retrospect, Denver made the wrong move in signing Wilson to a lucrative extension before he played it down with the team. That's especially true considering that he had 2 years left on his original contract after his acquisition from Seattle. Even so, the Broncos appear happy to take on the burden of parting with Wilson. It may hamstring them financially short term, but the move will give Payton and company a chance for a fresh start at the most important position on the field. So now that the Denver Broncos released Russell Wilson, they still owe him $39 million for the 2024 season because of his $17 million base salary and $22 million signing bonus. And here's the beauty of it. It'll be very difficult for Russell Wilson to make more than $39 million this season, even if he signs a deal with another club. His deal with the Broncos contains offset language.
No, not that offset!
Meaning that if Wilson signs with another team, Denver would subtract Wilson's earnings from his new team, what it owes him. So, for example, if Wilson were to sign a fully guaranteed deal worth $10 million in 2024, the Broncos would just owe him $29 million for this.
So Russ is probably not trying to do Denver any favors, bro. Let's keep it a beat. He's not going to do them any favors. If I got 39 guarantee coming out of your pocket, I signed a contract with you, and before it could really get activated, you going to cut me. You going to embarrass me. You going to essentially add this stain to my legacy. I get cut 2 years. You give me 2 years out of a 5-year contract. So obviously everything points to Russ taking a veteran minimum, so all them checks could come from Denver, and Denver's going to have to pay him while he's being successful somewhere else. And I truly believe Russell could still be successful somewhere else. But Denver, this is a L, bro. This is a L. Oh my God.
Season. The only way for Wilson to make more than $39 million in 2024 is if a team signed him to a deal worth more than that sum, which is not going to happen. So it looks like Russell Wilson is going to enter the free agent market in a situation that is completely unprecedented. And the Denver Broncos gave a statement on this, and they look terrible for doing this, honestly. We spoke to Russell Wilson today to inform him of his release after the start of the league year. On behalf of the Broncos, we thank Russell for his contributions and dedication to our team and community.
PC talk.
Him the best as he continues.
Nobody cares.
As we move forward, we are focused on building the strongest team possible for the 2024 season and beyond. We are excited to improve this offseason, and we'll have the flexibility to get better.
How are you guys planning to improve in 2024 and beyond? Bro, you guys are going to have a $85 million cap hit. That $39 million goes up against your salary cap. Like, you guys can't even go after like a free agent like Kirk Cousins. I can't even do that because technically, because it's Russell's salary, it's almost as if you have a franchise quarterback already, but he's not playing on your team.
Through the draft and free agency, that last part is the biggest lie of life. The Denver Broncos handicap themselves for doing this. You're pretty much paying a QB, top 10 QB money without him even being on your roster. So essentially, the Broncos' plan for this season is to tank. If you take a quarterback in the first round of the NFL draft, he's going to be in a very bad situation. Their best option here is probably sign a bridge QB that's trying to
veteran quarterback
in free agency, maybe go after Jacoby Brissett, maybe trade for Mac Jones, let him play out this season, because you don't want to reset the clock at QB when you don't have salary cap space to pay other positions. That's a huge waste of a rookie scale contract. Now, Russell Wilson handled this in the most Russell Wilson way ever, giving this beautiful, long, emotional memo that was probably drafted by his team. Broncos country, thank you. Over these last 2 years, you have welcomed my family and me with open arms, and have embraced us as members of the Denver community. This city will always hold a special place in my heart. Our family grew here. We made countless memories and friendships. And
I'm going to just keep it a beam, son. There's always been something about Russ. Like, granted, I still feel like he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, you can't deny the championship that he had with LOB. Maybe, we're also never going to forget that 1-yard interception, at the Super Bowl that got my Pats a championship. So, Russ definitely has some legacy moments in the league. But one thing you've always heard around the league is just his little... He comes across like real fake PC response. Like it's borderline cringe, bro. Like he gives me, I always troll and call him the Carlton Banks of the NFL, of the quarterback position, because that's essentially what he is. He's cringe, man. It's cringe. It's hard to, I can't even listen to this shit, man. Let's get back to the point. The future of the Denver Broncos, bro. Thank you.
Like Lamar, making sure I'll never forget Wendy and Brandy in the cafeteria. Uplift daily good time will do. God's got me. I'm excited for what's next. 3. I am so excited for Russell Wilson because he's in an unprecedented situation. He's getting the same amount of money no matter where he goes. He gets to sit back and choose his next team. If I'm Russell Wilson, I'm taking a good hard look at the teams with the most cap space that are in need of a quarterback. My favorites for Russell Wilson are the Atlanta Falcons. They went 7-10 last season.
Now they got to go after Fields.
They definitely have good pieces at the wide receiver position, the running back position, and in Kyle Pitts if they decide to find a...
That's not a bad move, though. I mean, Justin Fields is younger. I think I'd probably lean towards youth. I don't think Fields is as good as Russ, but Fields' ceiling is higher than Russ's. But damn, if you add a veteran like Russell Wilson to this offense, bro, there's potential here.
Now that they have a brand new head coach, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have a solid wide receiver core, Mike Tomlin,
Vikings, if they don't take Cousins,
his team into getting into the playoffs at the very minimum.
Russell could go to the Vikings.
They don't necessarily have the talent to get to the playoffs usually. Then there's of course the Minnesota Vikings. If they lose Kirk Cousins, I really like the idea of Russell Wilson going there, teaming up with Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and Jordan Addison. And probably my biggest favorite of all in terms of the best situation Russell Wilson can go in is the Las Vegas Raiders. They have a tremendous amount of cap space. Max Crosby on the defensive side of the ball, Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe Michael Mayer takes the next step, and on top of that, they have a plethora of cap space to sign additional free agents. At the end of the day, I don't know what the Denver Broncos plan here is. They have the 12th pick in the NFL draft. I wonder if their plan is to trade up to number 3 and maybe take Jaden Daniels, but I think that's a mistake. I think you need to focus on your offensive line and making sure you have solid pieces in place while you wait out Russell Wilson's dead cap hit. It's going to take some time before the Denver Broncos are back. I believe in Sean Payton as the head coach. I don't really know if I believe in your general manager for making this move. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike.
That's wild.
Mike. Until our next upload.
Oh, that's essentially a legacy move, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the hell? Niggas already don't like Caleb Williams. Damn. Might check that out. Yo, I don't like. We basically see what Denver's heading towards Shitville, right? Getting rid of your franchise quarterback, having that $39 million hit on your salary cap. You can't really make any moves, bro. And like he said, you're in the business of tanking. Like, Denver's going to be one of the top 3 worst teams in the league next year. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, bro. There's nothing to debate, bro. This was a crazy move. And Russ is playing with house money. He gets paid the same salary regardless of where he goes, and he gets to actually pick his weapons, man. Like, I was really thinking the Vikings, but Raiders ain't so bad, bro. But I don't think he wants anything to do with that division, bro, considering he just left it, and Mahomes is in GOAT mode right now. So if I was Russ, nah, bro. Like, I got to go somewhere where I actually have a chance, and I think that might be the Minnesota Vikings if they choose not to go the Kirk Cousins route. I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes is not in that division. I take that all day, every day, baby. But this was the new worst trade in NFL history. You'd be hard-pressed to find anything worse than that. I'm going to holler at you guys in the next video. I'm your host, Gabbo Say So. Hit the like and subscribe button for more reactions and more content. I'm out. First name, Russell. Mr. Unlimited. Unlimited. He's winning, though. I can't even front. He's actually winning.